Welcome back to Kaiserpunk, the new Grand City Builder that just released on the 21st of March. I say Grand City Building because you have indeed over here, we're building a city. We have, for example, some houses over here with laborers. This is the first tier of population and they have some needs. So we need to make some production chains, etc. But it's Grand City Building because you also have the world map. We are in Central Europe right now. This is our only city, and we haven't discovered any of the enemies, any of the other AIs over here. We can see, over there, we're actually middle of the pack right now for scientific supremacy. In terms of diplomacy, I guess nobody has discovered anybody, I think. And in terms of domination, which is, I think, the military part, right? Some people have started some military. I haven't started military at all, because we focused on making sure that we have some great foundation. And I think we do. As you can see, we have quite a lot of laborers right now. So we're ready for our next phase of expansion. We are also giving them everything they need. Vegetables, bread are the basic needs. Then we also give them, or we just started to give them newspapers and clothes. So that's why this one is not 100%, but should get to 100% soon. And so with this, their morale is pretty high, which means they're giving us quite a lot of taxes. And with this, that means we're in positive. Our income is around 20,000, our expenses 15,000. So we're good. We're making money every single term. And as I said, we are also making enough of resources of pretty much everything, as you can see over here. So all good there. We're ready for the expansion. In terms of expansion, the first thing they suggest we should be doing is start the second tier of population. So let's get cracking on that. If we go into the housing, we have indeed over here the manufacturer's house. In the future, we'll unlock also the high-rise for them. For now, we only have access to the manufacturer's house. We're going to do the same, pretty standard right now. Grid, if you wish. Remember that it's great. We can move buildings in this game. So happy there. With this mistake. Okay, here it is. And then just a basic road. In the future, we can have more advanced roads, but that costs more money. So let's stay normal. Now, those guys here, there's a problem already. You can see they want a water tower nearby because they want a lot more things. If we look at the luxuries over here, there is a lot more. But even on the basic needs, they want the vegetables and the bread. They also want fish and meat, and they want water. So yeah, we're gonna need to start this. And you may remember that the water tower has a range, all right? There is a range for it, so it's not like you can put it anywhere. Now, at the same time, we don't have to put it here, because if you look again, the range can go pretty far. I think what we're gonna do is put it somewhere over here. You can always move it into the future, but yeah, that way I can put a few more houses there. So now those people are starting to join, right? We're starting to have some manufacturer joining, and they're gonna want also to eat many things. So we're probably going to need, to increase some of our productions, like the bread and the vegetables. Let's go right away. Actually, I'm pretty sure vegetables indeed, and I need one right away. And I'm pretty sure also bread, we can start unpausing maybe some of it. Like maybe we start by unpausing a third bakery, and then we can do the next meal later on. Okay, and with this, of course, we continue to also unlock new development levels, which means that we unlock, some new productions. I mean, I guess maybe we just unlock this one here. So level 4, what did we unlock? The warehouse increases global stock limit for all types of resources. That's pretty good. The only problem is it costs a lot of... No, the upkeep is huge, 2,000 of upkeep. So we're not going to do that right away. We're not going to do that right away. But more importantly, while we're waiting, for those manufacturers to join, I guess one thing we can also do is put more to try to get to 100 quickly. There is this symbol there. What is that? Do you know what it is? Well, if not, don't worry, I'm gonna explain. So if we go over here into our population, where is the population here? Population statistic, you can see that we have reached 500. We have actually 549 to be precise. And this is the first kind of milestone in terms of your city. So that's an important one. And this, it gives you access, to a new town center level. In this town center, right, we've reached the first level, so we can click on upgrading it, where we're going to be able to choose our first policy. Do we want to support the union? Do we want to support pessimism or the nation state? We can only choose one. It's a bit similar, to the tradition at the beginning, right? We can't just do it all, but we can choose one. We have here development points and infantry attack, plus 1 production of tier 1 resource, and here plus 1 production of labor's need, and immigration also increases. I feel like this is probably what I want to go for, improving my infantry attack. And if we get attack soon, that could be very useful. versus I already have pretty good immigration, so I don't think we need it. But more importantly, right, this kind of unlocks the next stage. It's a first social pillar, so now we move to the next stage. This has also been improved, right? So now we are at the next one. To reach the next one, we need 1.5 thousand people, so it's going to take a bit of time. But at that point, we'll be able, right, to do the next policy. And we'll see also if we are aligned to a certain political party or not. Okay, so slowly but surely the population is increasing, and as I mentioned, let's double check how we're doing here. So flour is the only problem right now. That's fine. So that's pretty easy. We can just unpause this one. And I guess what we may want to do right now is also start the market. So I forgot where the market is. It's not military trading, here it is. So this costs quite a lot of upkeep and some electricity, but it will enable us, you know, to sell stuff. For now, because it requires electricity, sorry, so we need to put it somewhere over here. That's fine. Yep. Okay, so it is. We have now this market. We are missing just a bit of electricity, so let's put one more and expand the road here. Okay, back into positive. Perfect. So this should, why does it say it doesn't start? Oh, because you need the road to connect over here. Sorry, my bad. That's fine, we can do that. Okay, now it should get started. Oh, I know what the problem is I think a substation is limited. If I put a new one here, let's see if that works now. Yes, now it works. Basically, this one seems to be limited to 70. Now we're creating a new one. It's also limited to 70, but it's fine because we're producing, you know, 100. It's all good. Anyway, so now we have the market, right? And the cool thing is with the market, we can start selling stuff. For example, I know I'm making tons of bread, so we can say everything that's about 400, let's sell it. And if we're low, let's buy some, right? So that's going to be kind of a win-win situation for us. I know we don't have that many laborers left, but this is going to hopefully make me tons of money. Because now, if we look at the production, right, of bread, maybe it hasn't upgraded yet, but we should make, yeah, it says 40 and we're using 16. So we should make a lot of bread and sell it. With this, we've also reached 100 manufacturers. Perfect. The influx of new people means we'll surely find some with the needed skill set. Mitchell is currently busy with meeting the new folks, but we have to talk, Governor. I'm afraid our current food supply is getting lackluster, mundane to say the least. Basically, we don't have enough choices, right? With the influx of new citizens, some of them are used to more higher quality food. That's basically, they want meat and fish, make it simple. So let's start producing those two things. If we go into the cultivation over here, you can see the ranch to make meat, and we can see the fishery to make fish. So let's place it here. That sounds good. We will need a depot. There's a depot not too far. So sounds fine over here, right? Okay. Basically, we can expand this road there, and then have, I don't know if one will be enough. We may need two. That's why I'm doing this thing here. Why is it not working there? Here it is working. And another one. Yeah. And again, I think they're pretty much in range. Now, range may not be enough. You know, there is another problem sometimes to keep in mind, which is that the number of trucks is limited. Right? If we look over here, it is only 4 trucks. But right now, there's 0 are in use, so fully should be fine. I do see a problem, insufficient workforce. Okay, that makes sense. We have been expanding quite a bit our laborers, and we are low on bricks. That is very bad because I'm not making bricks yet. I guess we can just add a couple of these guys here. Fine. They don't need water. They're pretty easy. So let's just spam a few more. Now you don't want to spam like crazy either, because you know, if you spam too many of them, one, you're gonna need more production of everything, and 2, unemployment is bad. But having a few so that the fish starts would be good, and then we're gonna want the meat. Alright, so that would be the next one. I guess we can do it right away. We don't have to wait. Oh no, it's gonna cost 5 bricks. So I guess it's time for us to start making bricks. To do that, we're gonna need the clay pit. Alright, this is going to be placed on a clay deposit to produce some clay. So where do we have? I see here we have some, but it's on the other side of the river. Oh, by the way, there is another way we can get some. Sorry, give me a second. I see some over here. I think we're gonna get there. So This is fine, we can place one. I'm just gonna pause it for now, because there is indeed for us another way to get these, maybe a bit of these resource, in particular the bricks, is to salvage some of these, right? 8 laborers, sure, let's salvage this. 5 laborers, sure, let's salvage that. And here 2, oh, this one is very intense. A lot of things. But yeah, we can salvage a bit. Oh, we have a problem. This water has been depleted. That is very bad. That is very bad. Because now, I think that means we can produce some water, but very slowly instead of very fast. So we can check indeed over here. Before, I think it was like 300, right? Now it's down to 52. This is enough for now, but soon it won't be enough. So we're gonna need to also keep that in mind and probably do another production of water somewhere. But for now, we have finished, the production of fish, so we can start on the meat. Okay, we have gotten a bit of bricks, so we can indeed get started. The ranch, I didn't check. It requires actually water, so that's gonna be a new problem right away. Okay, let's put it over here for now. And no, wait, I need water. I put water over here, and I put water somewhere else there. So I guess maybe let's move this over here. But we will be in negative for water, so we're gonna have to fix that, importantly. Okay, this should be in range, yes, that's fine. Okay, so let's connect that here. And yeah, as I said, we have a bit of a problem now that our water production is a bit too low, and we're also missing some laborers, unfortunately. Okay, so that's a lot of problems. That's a lot of problems. If we look over here, right, we have the water pump, and we can see there's none anywhere close. I think we're gonna need our first bridge, because they're all on the other side. The bridge, of course, will cost some maintenance, but yeah, I don't think we have a choice, ladies and gents. Here it is, Governor. The citizens are overjoyed by the new food variety. We have now meat and fish, right? The situation is still rather unpleasant. For making their life easier and more fulfilling, thank you, but they probably want more, right? They have their basic needs fulfilled, but now they're probably going to want some of the more advanced luxury goods. And Arthur is telling us to keep in mind that we probably need to continue increasing, right? For example, now vegetables, we have 3, etc. So yeah, and now, oh, farming center, our first upgrade in terms of the region. So that's going to boost indeed our production. I'm just checking quickly. Yeah, we have some good stuff. We haven't started the brick production, but at least we have a bit of reserves. And so indeed we can go into our world map and do the first upgrade ever. In the world map, as I mentioned in the past, right, we have a number of regions, and to be precise, right, there is I think 100 regions. For now we only have access to a few that are close to us, and there is only one that is owned by us. It's Central Europe. In the one that we own, we can do some upgrades and we can put some garrison. So let's check in the terms of upgrades. Indeed, we can do, for example, a propaganda bureau, a factory complex, or, like they're asking us to do, a farming center. This will boost the production of the region agricultural production. It costs 75 plywood, it's a good thing we have tons, but it also costs 50 bricks, we don't have that. Then it also takes some upkeep, right? So make sure you have enough money. Good thing is right now I think we're making tons of money. So yeah, I'm just going to, I think, start the production of bricks, because we should definitely have some by now, and make sure we're producing enough, and I'll see you in a sec. Ladies and gents, the trader, every time it comes, sometimes it's going to help us discover some regions. So we have discovered over here a couple of regions, the South Ural and West Siberia, but we've also discovered a part over here in South America, and this is actually owned by General Olivia Peralta of the Chilean autocracy. Right now we're neutral with her, so that's good. We're going to be able to start negotiating some trade deals, some military deals, etc. to hopefully make her friendly, or, we're going to have to fight. The good thing is she's pretty far. I'm not too worried. But yeah, we've started to discover this. I have also placed, a basic brick production over here as promised. So we have the clay pit here that's going to produce some clay. This is limited. There's 10,000 there, so we have a bit of time, but still, let's keep that in mind. We have also a depot as always, of course, and we have these brickworks. This is the actual building that's going to, make the bricks. It is going to take electricity and water, which is why we have, you know, the water tower here and the power substation next to it. It is also going to cost us quite a bit of money, and it's going to take the two things we just mentioned, oh no, one thing we just mentioned, which is the clay, and something new, which is the coal. So I had to also build a coal mine. So if you look over here, I had coal mine, and as always, you can try to find where they are. So there's two more over there, and actually a third one, which is the one we have linked to. Here it is. So we have a coal mine, right, and a depot next to it so that it can deliver. Oh, we see also a problem here. We have a fire. I think this is probably our first fire. It is a farm. So the problem is it's going to you know, start going everywhere unless we do something. So we're gonna want, you know, to start probably protecting my city with this fire station. It's going to cost some money, some plywood, some workers, some electricity also. So we can't put it anywhere. And we're gonna probably have to put also multiple of them, but I guess we're gonna have to put one here to get started. And as I said, it requires electricity, so I guess we're gonna have to put a power substation just next to it, or close by, which costs us again some people, but hopefully that may help to... Okay, at least the fire didn't destroy everything. It did create, you know, some problem, like it decreased the health of those buildings, but you can click here and spend some money and resources to repair the whole thing. We're gonna do this, and yeah, the cool thing is we have now a fire station to protect this area, but that means we're going to need also a fire station to protect this one, another one to protect over here, so we're gonna need probably quite a lot of power station at the end. Okay, but more importantly, we have reached 50 bricks, so let's go back to our own map and do the mission upgrade farming center. Okay, so it's gonna take 6 days to be constructed, but after this we should be getting a bonus, and actually we can probably check that, because if we look at our vegetable right now, okay, I'm producing 32, right? So 32 right now, and we can check after it how much we're gonna be producing. We also see that we're starting to have quite a lot of reserves of some of those things, so we may want to start selling some more elements in our market to make more money. The good thing is money is not actually a big problem right now, right? We're 400,000, so all good there. But yeah, the city is slowly but surely you know, expanding. We are still providing everything over here, I'm pretty sure, yes. I don't know why the clothes is still at 53% instead of 100. Because if we look at my clothes, why can't I see clothes here? I see the cloth, cotton. Here, clothes. Oh, this is because I am actually negative on this one. I completely missed it, sorry, my bad. So we do need to increase my clothes production. Which makes sense, this is the one where we hadn't really, you know, made a lot of it. So it is similar to the bread production. You know, I try to make a bit of a blueprint, if you wish, that is efficient. It is actually not the full blueprint. You could actually double it, but I don't think we're gonna need this. So let me explain, at least if I didn't make any mistake. We have over here the cotton field that is going to produce 10 of cotton. This does require some water, so this is why we have the water tower next to it. Then this cotton is gonna go into one weaver. Now this weaver takes 5. This is why I said you can actually double. You can add this whole piece there, you can add it on the other side, because this is only using 5. Then this is going to produce 20 of the cloths. So with 20 of the cloths, you can have at least 6 of these clothiers to create, you know, the actual clothes, because this is using 3. So 3 times 6, 18, right? You could almost use basically 7, but I think 6 works well. But all of these basically also need electricity, which is why we have the power substation, right? And they're all in range of each other, so we don't even need any depot except for, you know, the final delivery. So we're gonna need the depot. There is one there. This one requires what? Water. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this one here. We're gonna keep this one here. We're gonna delete that, and we're gonna move. And by the way, that enables me to show you that you can actually multi-move. You can move the whole thing together. You don't have to move one at a time. I'm gonna multi-move the whole thing there. And then we just need to put road over here, there, and there. And there it is. This should be a very efficient blueprint. Now we don't need all of these. I think what we can do is just pause all of them except 2, or maybe 3. Let's keep 3. Okay. Let's unpause and see what happens. It's gonna take a second for, you know, things to get delivered, but hopefully these should produce enough clothes to make all of my people happy. Let's let's give it a second. This one is starting now. Perfect. It is. So if I look at my clothes now, we're gonna produce 20 and use 14. So that's perfect. The only problem we have now is the newspaper, where it seems we need 14 and we're only making 10. These newspapers are going to require paper though. Where is the paper? Am I blind? Why can't I see it? We are producing paper. No? Where are you? Produced here. Okay, because I didn't have any in stock. That's the problem. Okay. But anyway, we have now everything is pretty good, except as we said in newspaper, we have a bit of reserves, but to make more, we're gonna need more paper, which will require more cellulose. The good thing is we are definitely making enough cellulose. So yeah, let's get there. We haven't finished yet the farming center, 3 days left. So I guess I can try to fix the newspaper in the meantime. So for newspaper, we're gonna need these pieces over here. And I see that the problem is insufficient electricity, okay? Because I guess it's the same problem we had before. No, this is not the same problem. This is 50. It could actually be producing more. We just need a couple more windmills. Any nice space there. 1, 2. Okay. And so with this, yes, we are making enough electricity. So the cellulose production into paper, we should be making 20 paper now, and that then will go here. Oh, my people have rebelled against me. That's not good. That's not good. So this is over here. We have a rebellion on these guys. 100% rebellion. Okay, I see why. So this is the manufacturers there, right? And while they're getting nice basic needs, they are not getting most of the luxuries. They are barely getting enough clothes because we just restarted that production. They are not getting gramophone, radios, and air. One thing we could do to help with this, we can buy some. Maybe that's what we should be doing. So we're gonna go into a market there because we're making some good money. So let's buy, for example, a bit of help. Let's say we're gonna want to get, to 20. Let's buy a bit of radios. We cannot. I guess the merchant we have access to has none of that. A bit of gramophones too. So we can buy 20. It's gonna cost us money, of course, but I guess what we can do in exchange is sell something. So for example, we know we are making quite a bit of clothes. Right now we have 1,000 and we're gonna continue making more. So let's say everything above 500 you can sell. That should give me plenty of money. Now this thing here is on fire. That's not good. So maybe it is time to build another fire station. That should be, if possible, in range of majority of these. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's put it over here. It requires electricity. It has access here to electricity, so all good. And it is. We can see already when my fire truck has arrived. So that's good. I don't think they're gonna... Oh no, it also can go there. That's great. And yeah, there are riots in town. That's not great because I don't have actually the police station yet. This requires civics level 2. And we are still pretty limited in civics. We're not even at level 1. Similarly, military, we're pretty low. But everything else slowly but surely increasing. So that's good. Okay. Again, we can repair some of these. Good. Nobody likes to live in a house that is half destroyed. Okay. And my farming center should be built soon. And hopefully we also start getting some of these more advanced luxuries with the market. When we started this journey, Governor, things look rather bleak. Now look at our city, your city and its citizens. They are happy and content. I wouldn't go that far, they just rioted, but okay. A few months ago they could dream of this stability, and now it's a reality. Keep them safe and happy, and they will go to great lengths for you. Indeed. So with this, we have actually achieved a turnaround, let's say, of Europe. Europe used to be ruin, death, and destruction. Now we have achieved, enough satisfaction that the production of need resource has increased by 20%. That's great. That's great. Before we move into the military, though, I think it would be great if we can stabilize those manufacturers. As I said, we're already providing all of their needs, but we are not providing luxuries. We could actually start making some of these, I'm going to show you, and we could also give them a bit more public services. For example, for sure, we know we can give them, the fire station, but we have also unlocked just now the elementary school, and I do think they wanted to. Yes, they also wanted to. It says provide to laborers, but the manufacturers also want it. This will cost, some upkeep, of course. This will cost some electricity, but it will provide development points across the board. And similarly, the fire will help us for sure in the future. most importantly, as I said, we can also start some of those other production. So for example, if I go into, I think it's this one, we have the brewery to produce ale out of grain. That's not hard. We have grain, like we can add one more farm, that's easy. And having a brewery, okay, costs a bit of water and electricity, but not too hard. So with this, we can start making ale and therefore sell it instead of buying it. Similarly, I think we can go into this one here, yes, appliances factory, where we can make gramophones out of lumber and copper. Lumber is not hard, copper is not that hard either. The radio is a bit harder because we're going to need rubber. We definitely haven't, looked at rubber at all. And I know we haven't started to make lumber and copper, but I can guarantee you it's not that hard. So it is, ladies and gents, we have upgraded our town center to level 2, soon we'll be even getting to level 3. We have both workers that are very happy, right? They get pretty much everything they want, and we have laborers that are not so happy, but they're not completely unhappy either. And especially if you look at, the needs, 100% covered, so they do have, 1.6 thousand taxes. It's not bad, it's not bad. We've also definitely expanded our production, started to make more and more of the layouts, what I'll call layouts, that are optimized so that you don't have to use a lot of trucks, right? This one too for the bread. And yeah, in the next episode, as I just mentioned, we're gonna make sure that our manufacturers are very happy by doing all of these new productions over here, so we can stop buying some of these and instead selling them. And then we probably want to start moving to the military aspect of the game for sure. We still have also 2 new tiers of population, the technicians and the specialists, and I can guarantee you that these ones are going to get very complex. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.